The years passed since the World Health Organization declared a global health emergency. This emergency was called coronavirus disease of 2019 or COVID-19. Coronavirus disease is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. Most people infected with the COVID-19 will experience mild to moderate respiratory illness and recover without requiring special treatment. Elderly and those with underlying problems like cardiovascular disease, respiratory disease, diabetes, and cancer are more likely to develop severe illness. The said disease affected all sectors of society and not just health, which made surviving more difficult. The world has undergone lockdown and self-quarantine to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The said health protocols put up last year still stand up to this day, as the disease spread from Wuhan, China, to different parts of the world, including the Philippines. As the Philippine government failed to keep the disease out of the country, COVID-19 was widely spread. Both rural and urban communities underwent stricter protocols and quarantines despite the need to work for a living. Our health, economy, and education were all compromised due to the harm brought by the pandemic. As citizens, we should help prevent the spread of COVID-19 by following the specific health protocols in our communities, like maintaining social distancing, undergoing self-quarantine, and wearing a mask to avoid contact with the pandemic. At our homes, we should refrain from holding familial encounters and gatherings, like reunions and large celebrations, to prevent contamination of our homes and maintain safety in our families. Since COVID-19 is primarily passed through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes, as individuals, we should follow protocols in public, especially wearing a mask to prevent ourselves and other people from the spread of the disease. It is vital that we also practice respiratory etiquette, for example, by coughing into a flex elbow. Because as a student, I am responsible for setting an example to other people. And I can do that if I wear a mask and follow health protocols. Face masks may be more effective as a source control because they can prevent larger expelled droplets from evaporating into smaller droplets that can travel further, which means you are not just protecting yourself by wearing a mask. You are also protecting other people from the viruses you might have, making them weaker and more susceptible to the pandemic. To add, the incompetency of the current administration led us to worse scenarios, starting when they failed to listen to the masses about taking preventive measures at the beginning of the spread of the pandemic up to this day. Up to this day when they chose to settle with a less effective vaccine despite having the ability to select the most suggested and effective one. As legality comes, I urge the youth to register and vote for a competent government to better the people and society's sectors, especially now the health sector. Despite COVID-19 being a widely spread disease, every individual may help prevent it from spreading even more. We can do that by maintaining and following the protocols like maintaining social distancing, following respiratory etiquette when in public, refraining from social gatherings, and taking protective measures like face shields and masks. Everyone must also be aware of what is happening around us to be knowledgeable enough to elect responsible politicians. Jennifer Donnelly, a famous writer, once said, "We who have means and a voice must use them to help those who have neither." Me, as a Quezon Science High School student, I have a platform that entails having responsibility for spreading the word. Let us keep ourselves safe, stay vigilant, and critical, and let us educate the people around us.